Hi, this is Tim Ward with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you guys as promised. Let's go ahead and start out on a Google search just to kind of go over a couple things. Um, Looks like you're going to be servicing most of Northwest Arkansas, and even over in what would be Fort Smith as well. I decided to use Springdale in this instance since this is where your business profile is going to be located through. And so let's go ahead and start it off and take a look at a few things. So I've typed in roofer Springdale, Arkansas is what we consider a buyer intent keyword. People are going to search something very similar to this, if not this exact keyword, when looking for a roofing company in this area. Now, the main takeaway here is to get on the first page for as many of these different sets of keywords as possible to increase our exposure and leads that you can get through a Google search. Now, we see you guys are running these Google guaranteed ads as well. This is definitely one way you can get there. About 80% of people are going to instantly disregard these ads. So if you guys are currently ranking organically, it's maybe not even necessary to be running them unless you're going to try and run them in an area where you um, aren't fully, ranking organically as of yet, because these are pay per click, of course. So you're going to be grabbing people from a smaller pool. Since again, around 80% of people are going to instantly disregard these, but still at a high conversion rate of about 30 to 40%, maybe not a bad option still. I tend to only run these generally though when my organics aren't up to par as of yet. And that may have to do with your website, but looks like your business profile is obviously doing quite well. You guys have a great amount of reviews with a super high rating. I would be posting a lot more pictures in here. Make sure they're geotagged to Springdale as well. I would also fill out this bio section about your company to that full 750 characters and make sure you're responding to all your reviews, which it looks like you're doing there. So if you would start uploading geotagged photos and fill out that bio section 100%, I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't be able to overtake Pinnacle here with the amount of reviews and the great ratings that you have. Now, I wasn't able to find your website on the first page. Looks like you're right on that second page to like 12th or 13th position for Springdale. And then I went ahead and I pulled up roofing for Fort Smith as well. You guys are second position here as well. I would do the same things here because you still have kind of a low amount of photos. That bio section isn't completely filled out again either. So do those two things. If those don't get you to that top position for either of those, there are a few other options that can definitely help you out. I just don't want to make this video too long and go through absolutely everything. But I don't believe I saw you on the first page for Fort Smith either. Let me look here, refresh my memory. Yeah, so we're not seeing you on the first page. So you're going to be on the lower, that's second page, about 20th, 19th, 20th position, okay? Now, if we go back over to your guys' website, you guys obviously have a good looking website right up front. You have this request to estimate, get started. This is a call to action button. It's going to increase conversions on their website. Overall, of the website layout looks good. I would increase the amount of content that's on your homepage. This is your main piece of content here. Google generally wants to see at least a bare minimum of 500 words of content, and this could be just a simple reason as to why you aren't currently ranking for a lot of these keywords as of yet. Now, also, it doesn't look like you've built out the actual service areas for either of these. I would definitely do that as well. Build out a page for Springdale, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and then Fort Smith are probably the four major areas that are going to have any decent amount of search volume for Google. So I would build out a service area for each of those and target those specifically. Um, and then maybe leave out Springdale and use Springdale as the main keyword you're going to try and service for your homepage. Or there's actually keywords that I've done some research on that are targeting Northwest Arkansas as a whole, and you can build your homepage towards that instead of a specific area, and then build out those specific area tabs of your actual website that can target those areas directly. Now, what that'll be able to do for you is keep it very organic in Google's eyes, keep it very straightforward. You're not overstuffing or making it super complicated for their algorithms to kind of take over for you. So that's how I would do it. Also, with that 500 or 500 words of content on your homepage, that's a bare minimum that I would do for Google's sweet spot. But also, that seems to be fairly relevant with what a lot of the other companies that I've seen ranking for their website are. they're somewhere between that 500 to 1,000 range on their homepage. So that's where I would be sticking as well. So if we take a look at Richardson Roofing, I need to go back to their homepage here. So this is their homepage. They're servicing kind of the same area, and then I have Adams Roofing. So Richardson was ranking for Springdale on that first page, and Adams was ranking for that first page in Fort Smith. And we can see Adams here has a very outdated website, so definitely something you should be easily obtainable to take over. Now, next thing I always use is this paid program called Ahrefs. It gives me this dashboard of numbers that's really great for comparisons between a few different websites. Now, your first two numbers here are actually strength and trust ratings within Google, or that Google has for your website. And you're not doing that horrible. They're ranked out of 100, but typically once you get a benchmark of about 30 and above for each of these ratings, you're going to be considered a pretty powerful website at that point. And you build that strength and trust out through these different backlinks. Now, you guys have built out a ton of backlinks. You want to make sure you're keeping these at a high quality that are coming from what we consider to be very authoritative referring domains. And by that, I mean they already have high strength and trust ratings, typically higher than yours. So once you do acquire a backlink, it's going to help your ratings out in return. You guys are indexing for quite a few keywords, as we can tell, bringing in about 2 3/4 traffic that we can see. So if we go to your keywords, we can see a majority of your traffic is coming from the company name, okay, Foster Roofing. Now, with 1,000 search volume, I'm going to assume this is a nationwide keyword search, and there's probably a few more Foster Roofings out there than just your guys's. So you may not be getting as many leads from this as we might think, um, because quite a few of these people that are grabbing or coming into your website from this search most likely aren't within your service area. But then you have these first 4 or 5 after that are targeting Arkansas as a whole. These are definitely some good keywords to rank for, especially since you guys are servicing quite a large area for Arkansas. So you should be getting, a fair amount of leads from this, especially if you're starting to rank lower position higher up in that page. And then, like I said, you should be starting to target a lot of these Springdale, more specific areas. And you can see here the keywords involving Northwest Arkansas as a whole. I would probably target those in the Arkansas keywords on my homepage and service pages, and then build out more specific ones for the actual areas involving, Fort Smith, Springdale, Fayetteville down here as well, as we can see. So that's how I would kind of lay it out, and you'd probably get a lot better results instead of trying to rank for all these different keywords right on your homepage. Now, we can actually take a look at Richardson here real quick as well. Their DR is quite lower, but their UR is ranking quite a bit higher than yours. Keyword wise, not as many keywords, but bringing in the same amount of traffic. And I think they were kind of in the same situation. So a lot of their traffic's coming right from the company name, which isn't really what we typically want to target too much, but you still want to rank for it. They're involving Springdale, Fayetteville, Arkansas as a whole, Northwest Arkansas, all these different keywords for there, and they're kind of mixed in and out on where their position is. They're on the first page for a little bit of them, and they're probably generating themselves a handful of leads every month. And then we have Adams, which is in Fort Smith. Their strength and trust isn't really that high whatsoever. Keywords are kind of low. Same with the traffic too. But we can see a little bit of where their traffic's coming from. Company name again, but they have the Fort Smith Roofing, um, Fort Smith Roofer down through here as well. So a lot of these areas don't have as much search volume as what I'm typically used to, but there's still enough here to where I don't think it would be super hard to generate yourself 40 to 50 leads per month for Northwest Arkansas as a whole and targeting those different areas. It just definitely needs to be done correctly. And from what I've been looking through and doing some research, it seems like a lot of different companies are kind of, in and out of, being the top position for Springdale, but not so well for Fayetteville and back and forth. And nobody's really dominating the Northwest area as of yet. So we're definitely looking to work with a company that would be ready to do that. I think this is a great market to dominate as a whole and really take over in these, first, second, third positions for all these different keywords. I don't think it would be that much of a problem, especially with the head start that you guys have for that strength and trust for your website. Really, I just think the content of the website and overall optimization of it is definitely going to help out. Even when it comes down to the tag of what it comes in through Google, we can see, just underneath my cursor here, it's saying local roofing contractors, Foster Roofing, free roofing estimate. You even want stuff like this, which is going to be your like alternate tags for each of these pages to be linked to some of these main keywords as well. Just so you can see, like through here, Richardson Roofing says Springdale Roofing, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Fort Smith Roofer. See how that pops up? Um, let's see some of these other ones. Prudent Construction and Roofing. Those, none of these are really tagged that well. Local roofing contractors, that's you guys there. So even something like that could be the reason that they're boosting up above you as well. So there's a lot of things that go into it. Everything just needs to be double checked. And if it can be done correctly, again, I think there's a good pool of, 40 to 50 good leads, that would be coming to you every single month if you could dominate Northwest Arkansas as a whole. So if you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer for any further questions or elaborate on any of this information. Do anything that I can to really help you guys out. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.